As much as I love seeing you, you might not want to be on the screen. Okay, soft knees, toes are forward. Just roll the shoulders back, just open out the chest. Big roll back, and we're going to just take chin to shoulder. Opening out that chest all the way through, over to the opposite side. Back through to the middle. Drop the chin, give yourself a double chin. And then all the way up to the ceiling. Okay, just shrug those shoulders over and just hang down nice and low. Drop that head and then roll back up again. And again, roll forward and just hang. Just getting nice and loose. Warming up this morning, one more time. Roll those shoulders over. And just hang. Excellent job. Okay, grab your strap if you can. So we're going to do the up and over, and we're going to do a side bend. Now, I want you to think about core being really nice and tight, and your knees are slightly soft, okay? Slightly wider than hip width, all right? So you take the band just to a comfortable place up above your head, okay? And then all we're going to look to do, arms are nice and straight, chest is lifted, neck is loose, and we're just going to lean over to one side. So there's tension on the band, and we're just going to hold that position, okay? So you should feel this stretch from the hip. Come back through the middle, keeping that belly button nice and tight, and take it over to the other side. Just holding that position. And come back to the middle. Just bring the hands back down again. We've got two people that have obviously dropped off. Okay, so just raise the hands up again. Again, keep that tension. And then leaning across, trying not to lean forwards or backwards, okay? So we're stretching all the way down the side. Come back through the middle. And over to the opposite side. And over to the middle. So we're going to go to our up and overs. Bring the hands down to your thighs. I'm just going to turn slightly to the side. Elbows are slightly soft, and we're just looking to mobilize the shoulders going up and over, okay? The wider you have it, the easier, and I hate the word easy, but the more you'll be able to do it. And then you can change where your hands, if you want to make it a little bit more difficult, you can just bring the hands in. But what we don't want to do, we're just warming up and through. We don't want to strain anything, okay? Elbows will bend slightly, but we're just looking to go up and over in a nice controlled manner, okay? Keeping our band flexed and keeping some tension on it, okay? Just do a couple more. Last few. And hold it there. Okay, we're going to do one that's called round the world. So we're looking to keep the arms straight, but one arm will bend slightly. So you're going to have what I call a tension arm, and then you're going to have the arm that takes you around the world, okay? So you're going to bring round over the top and then come round. So there'll be a slight bend, and you're going round. Okay, so opening out the chest, crossing it through, over the head, and round. Okay, so there is a bend in the arm, but trying to keep that torso nice and still. So we're just opening up, waking up the shoulder. Now, one side of your arms will be more flexible, will be able to cope with this better. So we're going one way around the world at the moment, and we'll bring it back to the front, and we're going to hold it there. Okay, so we're going to go the other way. So this arm's going to be my lead, this arm's going to be slightly straighter, and we're taking it around and over, looking to try and keep the band with some tension, But again, remember, you're just looking to try and work around the shoulders and opening around the band, okay? Trying to keep that upper body nice and still. Now, if you've got any shoulder problems, if you've broken bones and things, it can be more difficult. I broke my elbow, so my arm on one side isn't as flexible and it bends a lot more. So what we're trying to do is keep the shoulders nice and loose and ready to get back into the water. Okay, the biggest injury in swimming is shoulders. So you want to keep those shoulders as healthy, as loose, and as mobile as possible. And hold it there. Okay. So what I want you to do now is take your band. I'm going to double mine over. Okay. Keep it quite narrow. I want a really narrow hold. Okay. So just in front of the thighs. And we're going to go back up again into our side bend. Okay. But we're looking to keep tension and keep it much smaller. So we're looking for that big bend over to the side, but we've got a much smaller band this time. Okay. And you should feel a little bit more flexibility through the core. Pull up to the middle, and we're going to go over to the other side. Again, just try and keep tension on that band, and hands are about shoulder width apart. There, 2 more. Back over to this side. So we're looking after back health here as well. Back up to the middle. And the other side. And there, bring the arms down. Okay, we're going to go on to some of the moves that we know. I'm going to turn to the side. We're going to use our bands, and we're going to use them to open it out again. We're going to use it with our warrior 1, okay? So we're going to work with the band, giving you some tension. And when you look to lunge into your warrior 1, you're going to lift your hands, your arms with the band, okay? So it's going to give you a little bit of extra support. So I'm going to go back towards the back of my mat. Make sure your hips are nice and square. You've got a nice deep lunge, and the heel on your back leg is lifted, okay? So big lunge forward, bringing my band up, okay? And I'm holding it there. Hips are nice and square. Gives you some support as well, but we're just looking at using the strap. And just hold the position there. Really nice, strong position. So lower that back heel down and just turn out into the warrior 2. Now what I want you to try and do is widen your stance into that warrior 2 move with your strap, okay? So again, keeping it at shoulder height and adding some tension to the shoulder. Now, some of you will have stretchy bands, so you can pull and you can hold. So we're adding tension so we can do all of these moves. It's a really good way to work on that core, and it's working those shoulders and opening out the chest. Lift the hands up and over, bring it down, and draw the leg in, okay? So we're going to go the other side this time. So opposite leg, big lunge forward. And so we're going to work on that warrior 1. So hands are just slightly wider than hip width apart. Nice big lunge, and your back heel will be lifted. So lunge it forwards. And bringing that band up, okay? So my heel on my back foot is lifted. Okay, I'm trying to keep my core nice and straight. Pulling my belly button in. I'm trying not to arch my back, okay? And my neck is nice and loose, but my hands and my arms are strong, okay? And my shoulders are open. And I realise I'm going to turn away from you now, but you'll be able to see what happens with the band. So I'm going to open my foot, and I'm going to open the band. So I've got it at shoulder height, okay? So just holding that position, my hip is open, my foot is pointed to the side, and I'm holding that warrior 2 position. So nice and strong across the shoulder. Chin is lifted, hips are open. Raising up, over, and bring that leg back in together, okay? So again, that's just using the strap. I feel when I use the strap with those, I can really feel it working in my shoulders as well. So we're going to have a go now. I want you to take the strap or the band behind you and I want you to double it over. So just half its length. Now, we're going to work on our warrior three. But we're going to have our warrior three with our arms behind us. So we're going to work on this chest area here. We're going to work on that supporting leg and we're going to work on the hip flexor, okay? So let's think about chest lifted and head nice and high. I want you to just place all your weight on your supporting leg and you've got your band acting as tension behind you. You're going to lift that back heel and we're going to lean forward and we're going to go into that warrior three, just looking to hold the band. So giving you some support, keeping that chest lifted, and work on that supporting leg, work on the core, and be as long as you can. Now, some of you might find, I find that when I've got the band, my balance is better. So just holding everything in, working on that balancing leg, and we're looking to try and hold this for up to 30 seconds. Okay, so really good for ankle strength, flexibility through the hip. Oh, I'm going to fall over. And then coming back up again. Okay, well done, guys. So let's change sides. I'm going to go the opposite side this time. I think which foot I had, sorry. Okay, so my hands are still behind me. Okay, and I'm looking to squeeze my shoulder blades together, okay? So my foot is on the floor. Got my supporting leg, my back foot, and I'm going to lean and hinge forward from the hip, keeping my chest up. So this is my weaker side, a little bit more wobbly here. So I'm trying to correct that with my band. Holding the arms, so working on that warrior three. Focus on a point and just try and hold it, okay? Really stretch out, pull back core, belly button to spine, open out the hip. And then come back up again. Okay, fantastic job. So what we're going to try and do now, warrior one, warrior two, and then we're going to go into warrior three on one leg, and then we're going to flip the other side. Just so you get used to doing it. Otherwise, we rush from one move to the other before we sink onto the floor, okay? So I'm going to release my strap, okay? And we're going to make sure that we take a nice big lunge forward, okay? So, arms come up as I lunge forward. Big lunge. Oh, hit the ceiling. Okay, so my heel is lifted, my hips is square, and I'm holding that position, okay? Chin is up, be strong. Okay, be proud of the position that you're in. Open out the shoulders. Hold that. Okay, turn that hip first of all, walk the foot, and then slide and open out that band, okay? Chest is proud, core is tight, okay, and I'm just holding that position there. So you're working your chest, shoulders, core, and we're holding that warrior two position. Up and over. Slide the leg in. Okay, so double your band over and take it behind. Remember, this is the leg, so the same leg that's been backwards. That's going to be our lift-off leg, okay? So, grip behind. Get your support leg ready. And then leaning from, we're going to go into that warrior three. Try and lift that leg up. Focus on being strong. Pulling the belly button up to the spine, supporting the chest, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Work on that balance and that strength. It will pay in the pool. Hold it there. And then slowly coming back up again. Okay, fantastic job, guys. Right, let's go on to the other leg. We're going to stay the same way. I'm going to hit the ceiling again with this. So, Change legs, so make sure your other leg is lunging forward. Strong, lift through the chest, okay? Be proud of your position, okay? Be as long and be as tall as you can. Open your spine, okay? Ready, and lunge forward. Into that warrior one. Back heel lifted, chin is lifted, shoulders are open. Arms are as long and as tall as we can be, okay? Just hold it there, we're opening out, strong through the hip flexor. So walk that back foot, turn it to the side, and open out the shoulder. Remember, if you don't have a band or a strap, it doesn't matter. All of these moves that we are doing, you can do without, okay? Remember, some of you will have a stretchy band, so you're going to have to make sure that core is locked nice and tight. Lift up and over, and slide the foot in. Take it behind, and we're going to go into that warrior three move, okay? So, all my weight on the supporting leg, chin is lifted, and I'm going forward. So working on that balance and strength. Okay, so this is strength endurance with some flexibility involved as well. Try and get that nice long position. Be long through the spine, long through the neck, going all the way down to those toes. Hold the position, and then pendulum back up again. Okay, so give yourself a little shake out. We're going to have some fun with another move. Okay, someone's put a note in the box. Guys, remember, if you put a note in, I struggle to read it, okay? So we're going to go on to a standing leg hold. Now, pop your band if you can. You might have to kind of bring your hands down a little bit further, okay? So pop your band underneath the toes of one of your feet. I don't mind which one it is, okay? What we're going to look to do is, again, we're working on strength through the hip and the thigh, but also working on the core, and we're also going to bring the hamstrings in, okay? So what we're going to look to do is feet and hip width apart, my chest is lifted. And from here, we're going to slowly look to lift the leg up and forwards, okay? Looking to support and hold and be nice and tall, okay? So this is a front leg hold. Some of you will think, yeah, I love this. Some of you are going, Amanda, I hate this. So looking just to hold that position, working the hamstring. Now, some of you, if you've not got the band, you can do the same thing, but what you look to do is you look to lift, and then you look to take the leg out in front of you, okay? The band just offers a little bit more resistance in terms of, and sometimes it can help you. So let's have another go. So if you've got the band, then you're going to pull up and forward. If you don't have a band, you're going to lift your knee and then extend the leg. So all the weight on that supporting leg. And we're going to hold that position there. To keep that head, chest lifted. Okay, fight the wobbles. Hold it there. And then lower it down nice and slowly. Okay, we're going to change sides. So this is where it gets fun. Some of you, this will be your strong leg. I think this is my weak leg, okay? So make sure we've got the weight on that supporting leg, core's nice and tight, chest is open. And then again, slowly lifting up that leg. See, here come the wobbles. So hold it there. Remember, if you've not got the band, you can lift the knee up and then extend the leg forward. And lower it down nice and slowly. Okay, so we're going to do that one more time. We did it twice on the first leg. So again, just really work on the core. Try not to wobble backwards and forwards. Keep that chin up. If you can focus on a point in front of you, you will have more success, okay? So lifting up that leg, raising the heel, we're trying to get it to hip height and holding that position. So the hamstring is fired and engaged. My core, my chest is lifted, holding the position. And lower down nice and slowly. Okay, the good news is we're going down to the mat. So just slowly sink onto the ground, okay? Tuck both knees behind so we're in our hero position. So we're sitting on the heels and our toes are straight out behind us, okay? So we're going to repeat some of the moves that we did standing. So we're going to do our side stretches again. What you'll notice now is things will be a little bit warmer and looser. So if you can double over your band, take your hands up above. Keep that core nice and tight, so I'm pulling my belly button to my spine. And we're going to just lean over to one side. Coming back up through the middle and going over to the opposite side. Come back up to the middle, opposite side. And again, final time. And bring those arms down. Okay, hold them out in front of you, and all you're going to look to do is just turn, okay, holding, and we're working on that trunk rotation. So band is flexed, and we're going to come all the way back through the middle. Opposite side, so I'm much tighter on this side. Come back through the middle. Go back to the first side. Again, rotation really important in our backstroke, in our freestyle, that trunk rotation. Make sure the spine is nice and long. Come back to the middle and allow the shoulders to go down. Just roll them out backwards and roll them forwards. Okay, coming off the legs. Okay, we're going to sit and we're going to work on hamstrings a little bit, okay? So we're going to go into our half knee bend, okay? Taking our strap or our band with our toe, looking to keep that knee pushed out and down, okay? So try and get into a good position, okay? You're pulling up through the core. You're trying not to slouch, so you're bringing everything up nice and tall, and we're walking forwards from the hips, keeping space, keeping the head up, and just looking to pull yourself down. So there'll be tension through the arms, and you should feel this into the back, into the hip, and also into that hamstring. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And when you exhale, try and sink and pull yourself a bit deeper down. Just looking to hold these. We're not rushing through these stretches. We're allowing them to bite, maybe burn a little. And then what we're trying to do is let that go off. And just allow the stretch to take hold. And then slowly coming back up again. So let's change sides. So just changing round. So again, this is my tighter side. So I've got to try and keep my knee down if I can. It rises up by itself. So sitting up nice and tall, and I'm going to pull myself into position. So this is my homework. I'm going to have to work on this. So trying to keep that knee down, working on that hamstring, working on that hip. It's getting better each week. So take a nice deep breath in and try and pull a bit further down. Ooh, that's a nice bite there. And just hold the position. Again, my neck is nice and loose, so my neck is long. coming back up again. Okay, so we're going to take both feet in this time. So if I turn to the side slightly. So I'm sitting up nice and tall from here, okay? What we're not trying to do is slouch, so we don't need to go into this position. I call this kind of TV hunch, swimmer's slouch, okay? We want to be long through the spine. So we don't want to over-exaggerate, but we want to, girls, push your chests out, and then boys, pull up through the core and pull the belly button in, okay? So we're going to walk the hands forward, and we're going to try and keep the chest lifted, but looking to stretch out those hamstrings and into the lower back, okay? So take a nice deep breath in and out. Just trying to lean over a bit more. So again, I've got tension through my arms. My neck is nice and loose. And we're going to let that stretch go off. And again, take a nice deep breath in and out. All the band does really is just give you something to hold on to, and it can help you sometimes to just keep a slightly better posture whilst you're training your muscles, okay? And come back up again, okay? So we're going to go into a lying position now, okay? So we're going to lie down. So feet are up, and we're going to go back into working hips and also hamstring, okay? So we've done this one before, so let's hook the foot, and we're going to allow that leg to go all the way down, okay? Foot is flexed and your band is across the middle of your foot. Leg is bent and flat on the floor. I'm nice and relaxed in my upper body, and I'm going to bring that leg up, making sure my hips stay in contact with the ground, and I'm just going to pull it until I can feel a little bite, okay? So again, I want you to take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, try and pull that strap a bit more. So again, my neck is nice and long. I have some tension through the arm. My hips are nice and square. And I'm really working on stretching out that hamstring. So for those of you who are working on hamstring flexibility, really good one to use. You know, watching TV, grab your strap and you can just work on that muscle. So one more time, take a nice deep breath in and out. Now if the leg really shakes, just release it off slightly. If there's just a slight tremor, don't worry about it, okay? It's just a muscle working. Relax it slightly, and then we're going to allow the leg to go out to the side. So we're opening out the hip, okay? And allowing that leg to hover. My knee stays flat, and I'm just allowing this leg. Now, some of you, if you're really flexible, might be able to get that leg, that foot down to the ground. I cannot, so mine is hovering. And I'm going to pull it back up towards the middle. And then controlled, lower this down to the ground, okay? So change feet. So I'm going to flip my feet through. I'm going to just turn to the side this way because otherwise I'll hit the wall. So my legs straight up to the ceiling, knee to ceiling, and I'm going to pull this up. Hips, my neck is long. I'm just holding that position. Take a nice deep breath in and breathe out. And just pull that, and again, allow that hamstring to bite, fire it up. Just hold it there. Okay, big breath in. And pull it in a bit more. Again, if the leg is really wobbly, and then just relax it slightly. Just take it back to the midpoint, and then we're going to lower that leg out to the side. I'm going to be careful not to hit the wall. So I'm going to try and keep this leg straight up to the ceiling. My other leg goes out to the side, and I'm controlling it with my band. You just keep your head nice and neutral. I'm just turning so I can just check the screen. Pull it back up to the middle, and then nice and controlled, lower, all the way back down to the ground, okay? Just pop your band off to one side, and we're going to bring the knees in, okay? And we're going to reach through onto our heels, and we're going to go up into our happy baby, okay? So just feet are flexed, and you're looking to hold on to those heels. Push your back into the mat, and we're just going to open out those hips. Again, really nice stretch. Just looking to hold it there. Okay, bring the feet in and rock yourself up to a rocking position. We're going to use the strap one more time. Just want to check my timing. Okay, cool. I could keep going, and I need to make sure that I don't overrun. Okay, so we're going to do boat. Now, we've done this one a couple of times. Okay, so what we're going to look to do is we're going to use the strap, but I prefer to double mine over on this one and then have behind. But some of you might like a longer, however your band works, okay? So what we're going to look to do is we are going to find our seat bones. We're going to keep our chest nice and tall. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull those knees up into our boat position, okay? So you're holding on nice and tight and you're sitting up nice and tall, okay? So this is a half boat position. So holding that. Now, if you haven't got your strap, all you're looking to do is lift up into that position and then take your hands there, okay? So what the strap does is it just gives you a little bit, but what I want you not to do, I don't want you to sink back and go into kind of a curve. I want you to be proud, lift the chest and try and keep that spine nice and long, okay? So this is our half boat position. So we're just looking to hold. Now, most people will find this one not too bad, okay? So we're just going to look to hold the position. And then we're going to bring the feet back down again, okay? So find your seat bones again. We're going to go up into our half boat. And if you're feeling brave and you want to join me, we're going to go up into full boat, okay? So I want you to make sure someone is pulling you through your spine and you're being nice and long. So bring the knees up. And in my half boat. Now, if you want to, we're going to extend into full boat. Okay, so my legs are straight, my core is tight, and I'm holding that position. Back to my half boat, just trying to keep my core engaged. I let it go slightly there. So bring it back to half boat. And then take it back down again, okay? Just relax, we're gonna roll back and through. Roll back along the spine. Okay, so we're gonna do that one more time. So I'm gonna just turn to the side slightly so you can see. So, and remember if you've not got your band or your strap, you can do these moves, but they are a little bit more challenging, okay? So, sitting up nice and tall, chest is lifted, okay? So we're going to look. Now, some of you, if you're struggling to get, you could bring one foot up and then bring the other one in. It's your choice, okay? I find it easier to do with both. So I'm sitting up nice and tall, holding my position, strap is through the middle. From here, I'm then going to extend, and I'm rocking a bit. I'm keeping my core, my chest is lifted. My arms have tension, but my neck is loose, just holding that full boat position. Lower to half, keep that core engaged, and then lower it down to the floor. Well done. Okay, come to the middle of your mat. Let's go into bound ankle. So let's open out on top of those seat bones, nice and tall, okay? Core tight and just press out, working on that hip. Now, we did this one a few weeks ago. We're going to look to find the seat bones and we're going to lift both of our feet off the ground, okay? So we're in, I don't know, a floating floating butterfly position. So my knees are in slightly, but I'm nice and tall through, and we're going to look to open one of our legs. We're going into a half boat. Bring the feet back together so your core is engaged, and let's go the opposite side. So keep it, try not to rock. Hold that position. Bring those legs in. We're just each week trying to add something a bit new, trying to extend ourselves. Now, if you want to, you could do both. I don't know if you do, but you could go into both up. I'm gonna, see, I can't do both, I can only do one. At the moment, I'm too wobbly, okay? But if there's some very strong cores out there, you could go and try and lift. Let's have one more go. Hold that position, there you go. Keep the core nice and tall. Bring those legs back in and bring them down, okay. So sit in, open out. Okay, bring the knees around. Just going to finish off our stretches. Excuse me. So take the hand up and take it over the other side. I've run out of time this morning. I had a whole core section as well, but I just get carried away. Lift up and over. We'll do the yoga core, maybe on Monday actually. Press over. So this time we're going to lift the hip up and go into half camel. Lift. Open out the hip flexor. Bring it down, go to the opposite side. Bring it down. We've got to have my favourite, into child's pose. Forehead, extend those arms. Slowly come back up. Palms to ceiling, palms together and down. Well done, guys. Hope you enjoyed this morning. Something a little bit different. I will see you tomorrow morning. We have a workout at 9:30 for those who want to join me. Also, just a quick reminder, it's probably aimed at the older squads. I'm doing a talk about going to college in America and possibly swimming on a swim scholarship. So if any of your parents or you're interested in that, it would be well worth joining the call for that. You'll have 2 invites sent out today, but it's just kind of giving you a little reminder. Have a fantastic Friday, and I will see you tomorrow, okay?
Thanks, Amanda.